Well, it's really fun to be out here at Buffalo Gardens on Alberta and 23rd Street here. And I'm with Dean, who has Wildcat Mountain Farms. You grow vegetables. And we're going to be talking, Dean, about, there still seems to be a real stigma about the fear of fall gardening. And we are so lucky to be able to do that here. So let's talk about some of the great plants that we can put out there.
Okay. One of the things I like to do is to increase the palette that people have for vegetable plants in the garden. That's why I do a lot of different varieties of lettuce, not just the standards.
Several. I mean, there's several right here.
Yeah, I've got 6 or 8 right here. And throughout the season, there's others. But in the fall and coming into this time of the year, I really try and narrow it down to the ones that I know are going to do really well for people. Whether they have greenhouses or cold frames, or just like right out in the garden or the beds, pretty much everything out here is hardy and will last through the fall, and some of them into the winter, and even into early spring.
Well, now I noticed you have, it's not just lettuce, you have a whole list of the brassica family, which is like the cauliflower and broccoli and all of that stuff.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit late in the season to be putting in Brussels sprouts and cauliflower. They take a little bit longer to grow, but there's still a lot of the brassicas, especially the leafy brassicas. So you got like your collards and kales, which most people are familiar with. But there's also a lot of the more tender mustards, like arugula and tatsoi and mizuna, which are Japanese mustard greens.
And spinach even does better with a little bit of frost on it.
Actually, yeah. A lot of them taste better and are a little bit sweeter after they've experienced cold.
Well, now, if you don't have a cold frame, these are certainly things, you don't have to protect these.
No, they'll do just fine straight out in the garden. If you want to go a little bit further, and you can use like plastic hoop tunnels to cover things that are more tender, like some of the lettuces maybe. And what it does is it really just keeps the greens a little bit more tender.
Well, it's funny because when we were talking earlier, we're so spoiled in America, I think, because if we do get a little frost on some of the lettuce, you said sometimes there can be a little damage, but that's okay.
Right.
So if you didn't want that damage, then you could use a tunnel you were talking about, or some kind of covering?
just giving it a little bit of cover. If you got particularly cold nights, especially if it comes on quickly. So we've had really good weather, and then it's like all of a sudden you're expecting that first really cold frost. There's a spun polyester product called Rime. There's actually several varieties out there. And you can put a layer or two over. It's really, really light. And so basically you just lay it out over your salad greens, hold it down with some stones or something, and you don't have to worry about removing it because it
until you're ready to pick the lettuce.
Right. Both air and water will move through it. So, but that'll keep them just a little bit better condition for eating.
Perfect. Well, we want to encourage you to really get out there and use the wonderful weather that we have in the Northwest to grow much longer than most of us think we can. Buffalo Gardens is one of the many businesses in the Chinook book, which is coming up available very, very soon for many establishments. And you can get the coupon and come in and use it here. Come out and visit Dean and the great staff here at Buffalo Gardens and get your vegetables, give it a shot, and see what can happen in your garden this fall.